not the relationship itself. I get what money would bring as far as like a better living situation, a better car, things of that sort. But as far as the relationship dynamics, when you throw that based off of what materialistic things you can get, that's the wrong message to me. It never seems to work that way when it's just based solely off of materialistic things.
Relationships are always about money. I don't know what y'all smoking tonight. I don't know what tree y'all crawled out of, but relationships are always about money. See, that poor shit is cool when you're young, but at what age do you think that a chick is supposed to continue to start from the bottom? Like, women naturally are hypergamous. If you ask any woman, the first thing on their list is provision and protection, which is money. And because we're not hunter-gatherers anymore, protection is largely based off of your ability to be able to provide, the type of neighborhood that you live in, the type of schools that your daughter go to, all of those type of things. I don't know what y'all talking about, but if men are looking at it from a business first perspective, how is it not about money? So wait a minute, y'all getting married based off of love?
No.
But Anton, did you not have the mindset in order to provide for you and your family? Did it not come from a mindset first, or did you just start out just making money from the rip? Like you said last week or the week before, you started out in your mom's basement, which means you wanted to elevate yourself. That had to start in your mind.
Off in my mom's basement. When I went broke, I moved back.
Yeah, he went broke.
Right. So your mindset had to change completely.
When I was 18 years old, I made $118,000 a year.
But when you went broke, your
but
mindset
that's not starting though.
But
that's
see,
not
here's
starting.
Here's
we
the difference.
Start.
My broke was different than a regular person's broke because I didn't sell any assets. I understood that I wasn't going to continue to fund a lifestyle, and I was willing to preserve my assets. And so I let all of that other shit go. I got rid of the cars, got rid of everything, and I lowered my cost of living. So I was willing to live in my mom's basement. My level of broke was different than everybody's level of broke. So it's context to be added to that. But the point is that I went back to the grind.
I got to change your mind about some things.
No. I got 2 full-time jobs, and I went back to school. So my point is that I don't know what y'all talking about, but it's always about the money.
Were you with your wife or girl during that time that you were going through all that?
We was married already.
So she was with you when you went.
My daughter was born in February 2008, right? Middle of the recession, and I had been married for what? 4-6 years or some shit like that.
I want to say that when I say start from the bottom, I'm not saying starting from like homeless. I'm saying average living. Y'all, your man at least could pay 1-bedroom apartment. Like, and that is about money, right? You still want to live a certain way. I'm not saying like you doing straight bottom unless you was homeless with him. That's different. But yeah, it is about money in that way. Yeah.
I want to answer to that.
Go ahead.
A man is not your walking ATM. And if your level of womanhood depends on how much money that man has, I think that you're faking it, honestly. If you're going to be submissive or a good wife to a man who is rich only, because like I said, money comes and goes. So the way you treat the man is going to depend on how big his bank account is. He can go broke tomorrow. Are you going to leave right away when the money is gone? So, I mean, for me, like at the beginning, what you're talking about beginning, every woman is hypergamous, of course. Every woman looks for the best option that she can have. But at the same time, the character is what matters most. So if you're only marrying for money, then you're a whore. You're just a whore. The character matters most.
I think that all women are whores then.
So let me respond, man.
Let me say this. A lot of women at the top of every woman's list. Hold on. At the top of every woman's list. And that's not to say that they're only marrying for money, but at the top of every woman's list is provision and protection. What are we thinking here?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, how come it's not character? How come it's not love? How come it's not connection? How come it's not spirituality?
What I mentioned to you
That's
earlier.
all, that all may be there, but it ain't at the top.
I have a question for Amira.
And let me also add another thing. How come the number one reason for divorce is money?
I think that falls somewhere like in the third realm. Now I think infidelity and incompatibility is the top.
No, it's number one.
I think finance is at the top.
Finances is number one.
Finances is number one. A woman will stick around even if she has some. It'd be all kind of shit going on here, right?
Don't say.
But it's cold. It's this. You do realize that it's about to be January, right? It's the coldest month of the year.
It's cold out there in these streets, ain't it?
Your heat ain't got to work.
But can I add something? The reason why the women are divorcing because of money. The reason I believe that these women are divorcing because of money is because of their mentality. If you see in the Middle East, we don't have that issue where women are divorcing because their husband isn't making as much money as the neighbor. We don't have that situation. We still stay together. American and Western women divorce because you're not having enough money. For us, protection and provision is not just about how much money you have.
Western women divorce when it comes to money because it's an endurance race. See, I hate comparing the West to the Middle East because it's an unfair comparison in that nobody from the West is trying to move over to the Middle East, but everybody from the Middle East is trying to come over to the West. And why are they trying to come over to the West? This is why.
Opportunity.
Money. It's called money. Opportunity yields money. That's why they coming over here. Ain't nobody coming over here to feel good. They coming over here for money.
So I get what you're saying with that, but I would ask this: whenever you said, okay, Anton, you said a woman is looking for what? You said protection and what?
Provision and protection.
Right. So what does that look like?
Money.
No, right. I'm talking about what does that look like? What are you going to use that money to make that protection and provision? What does that look like?
You're going to move into better neighborhoods. You're going to go to better schools. You're going to ensure that you're not in certain environments. You're not in the hood no more. The first thing that people want to do when they get some money is move out the hood.
Oh yeah, I get you. I was one of them. I know
exactly.
I know,
that's
but
money.
What I'm saying though is that you can have a good if you provide those provision and that protection, but it doesn't look like. I mean, if you added a hood project, the ghetto, but you just like a step above that, is that something wrong with that while you're in a relationship?
No, I didn't say anything was wrong with the come up.
Oh, no, I'm just asking.
I'm saying, why are we trying to remove that? Like, that's not a major part, if not one of the biggest parts of what makes a relationship work is your ability to be able to provide. Why do you think that even all the way back from medieval times, biblical days, whatever it is that you want to frame it, right? One of the determining factors for whether or not somebody can marry into a specific family is if they held prestige and had money. What the fuck are we talking about?